does it, and men shouldn't. That's one of a lot of cultural issues.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Associated Guests. I, as always, am your host, Alfie Animus, here at the Bear in Mind channel. Today, we're going to talk about the WNBA and just men and women's sports in general. Then we'll get into, apparently, someone tried to hijack a plane. Multiple passengers tried to hijack a plane. And then we'll get into AOC, virtue signaling, and talking about Woke 1.0 being crazy, which is funny because 2.0, as it seems to be shaping out, since we are delineating between them, is going to be even more crazy. So I can't wait. Let's get into it.
Here, and they are really trying to convince you that, meaning those who work at the WNBA, that the WNBA matters. That anyone cares, really watches outside of Caitlin Clark. And they're really trying to convince you, while the left is trying to distance itself from woke 1.0, as they call it, the WNBA still wants you to believe that, biological men can compete against women. And if you don't think so, look, you're the one making it an issue. This is what we see from the left. It's not. Why is anyone making an issue? By the way, we're going to put men in women's sports. Yeah. Why? Well, you're complaining. Why? This barely affects anyone. Tell that to the over 1,000 women who have lost medals and awards that were stolen by trans athletes. Over 1,000. Now, that's with regulations in place where we typically haven't allowed men to compete against women. Mm-hmm. And it often, by the way, kind of looks like this.
Dude, by the way.
Not funny, Steven.
Pretty sure it broke something in her face. Oh. Well, hello, Angie. How are you doing?
No.
150 meters, Thomas wins the NCAA championship.
A.B. Hernandez finished first in both the girls' high jump and triple jump, while also placing third in the long jump.
Looks like a clown.
The transgender athlete successfully defended both state titles, clearing 5 feet 10 inches in the high jump, and posting a winning mark of 48 feet 8
That's a wiener.
3/4 inches in the triple jump.
I'd see him in the pole vault.
13-year-old girl came second in a skateboarding competition to a 29-year-old transgender woman. No.
No.
Yes. What's that? Is that Fallon Fox?
And so this is what the
Is that
left
Fallon
does. They
Fox?
say, well, since we haven't tried it yet, you don't know. Right? It's a sort of reverse Nirvana fallacy. We don't know, so maybe it could be great. Could be great. Okay, and then you start seeing results initially, and they go, well, why are you making it? It's all, if the leagues want to do it, of course, with great pressure being exerted on them, if they want it,
right. Why
are you making it a thing? It's a fake cultural issue. Well, they know that that's not the case. And really the enemy of the whole trans LGBTQ woke is just, I don't know how else to say it, it's just normal shit.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just normal shit, the way we used to live. Enter Sophie Cunningham. She's blonde.
It's the
she's
way
relatively
we
attractive.
used to
She's
live.
heterosexual. She's from the Midwest. She's not a freak.
Well,
I mean, she's freakishly tall.
maybe.
That's enough about soiree.
We don't know where she goes to dinner.
We don't know where she goes to dinner. And this is the thing. People then, Caitlin Clark, she happens to be excellent. Sophie Cunningham, I guess she's a decent player, but really now she's the target because she's spoken out against the absolute insanity. So last week she made the crazy statements, I believe it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, about how men shouldn't blame the WNBA. And the response was, what? How do you think people respond? This used to be just, okay, great.
Normal.
Yeah, why'd you say that? We all agree.
Here's the response.
I think it's trans rights right now is our new battle. That's what I think I was saying, that the battles have changed.
I want to address the controversy that is happening right now around trans women in sports. As you know, I've talked about this a lot and will continue to keep talking about this. I don't
What? Megan
know
Rapinoe being
Sophie,
stupid.
So I can only project what I see about her beliefs based on her.
Sorry, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
Her actions, and seeing a picture
Crazy neighbor
of
knocking on the door.
her with Riley Gaines after the game told me everything I need to know about what's happening.
That's all you needed in this picture.
Little girls deserving to play, and that includes trans women.
It doesn't. It doesn't. They can have their own league, or they can just not play like most of the rest of the world. Like most people don't play sports. No one deserves to play sports. You try out, you meet requirements, and they choose whether or not you can play. You're shadow banned on X for what? YouTube censored the word ghost. What?
So I'm all about inclusivity.
But it doesn't.
There's a lot of discourse around trans athletes and what they can compete in. I would welcome a trans athlete on my team or against my team.
You're virtue signaling. That's it. That's all that is. That is pure virtue signal.
You showed up at a UFC fight with a president who has hit his wife on camera. Your North Star isn't protecting women in all cases. It's just this particular issue. It certainly has helped some people become very influential in the right-wing media commentator grifter space to be really alarmist about such a thing.
That's what they do, is they turn it into an issue, and then you say, well, hold on a second, I don't want that to actually be the issue that my daughters have to face, or really, I don't really like how you've created this wedge issue. I don't think it's good for society. They go, see, this is just right-wing grifting.
They were just looking for something with Sophie. The reason that they don't like her is because she protects Caitlyn. She's almost like
which
the
is true
kind of equivalent on that team. Okay. The pointing thing that she did,
yeah,
that's the kind of mentality she's brought to protecting, because all of the other athletes, all of the black girls in the league that are pissed off that they're not number one because this white girl comes in and they're just going after her, Sophie goes after them and protects Caitlyn.
Yeah,
so that's why she's 100% on her back.
Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing. I will say this, though. This did start with Title IX, and this is the natural direction of it. Because Title IX, you know, women will say, well, wasn't it good? It was for equal opportunity in sports. No, it was still spearheaded by feminists who, by the way, really wanted to play the gender identity card, and this is where it goes. This is how it progresses. The truth is, they shouldn't be support. It's not equal opportunity if no one wants to see it, if it loses the school money, if no one really cares to see women's sports. Really, athletics programs should be based on who is willing to attend, participate, find the intersect. So then it has to be subsidized, you know, from the cost of the
sorry, retarded.
It has to act as though they care about it in the name of equality. Really, what feminism did was set the standard of people pretending as though something was the case when it wasn't so.
Yeah.
Meaning you force society to pretend, well, isn't it great that women are playing sports? We don't really care. But we had to say, isn't it great that women are equal opportunity?
I will say, I don't watch tennis, but if the Williams sisters happen to be on Venus and Serena, I would probably watch it. I like watching John McEnroe back when he played, just because he was so aggressive. He would like just lose his shit. And sure, it was a rich guy losing his shit for rich guy reasons, but it was funny to watch. The women in the UFC, those are good fights generally. A lot of the time, I mean, sometimes they're better than the guys, except for the heavyweight division.
Opportunity. Shouldn't women have just as many opportunities at sports? Not really. I mean, if they want to go play a pickup game, if they want to go play rec league, cool. No one else wants to watch them.
Yeah, or if a school wants to fund it themselves and not take it from other programs, fine if you want.
Sure, absolutely.
That's great. Go for it.
Absolutely.
And you'll probably get the best talented women in the United States to come to your school.
I'm sure you probably will.
With it.
Well, you do that, and then those same people are going to go, and don't you think this is a woman? And so you've already set the precedent of acting as though something is reality when it's not. And I just don't really know how this is why women, you're the ones who have to police this, and you have to be not agreeable. Sophie Cunningham's mistake was being agreeable. Don't be agreeable. You need to laugh this off and be dismissive. But then you're going
to... and I get it that she's trying to keep her career, which I definitely want her to have. Because if not for her and Caitlin Clark, the internet would basically just be a bunch of... how do I put this delicately? Lesbian whores with hair extensions and nails too long to play the sport. There should be standards for that too. You should not have nails that are as long as your regular fucking fingers as a safety issue. I do not care about your glam outside of it, okay? Most of them are 4s. They don't need to have all this glam on.
Have to face facts that most people don't give a rat's ass about women's sports. And don't blame me, you don't, women. So the WNBA Players Association is even calling upon the fans to snitch on transphobes. I thought the league was mostly black. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to work out how they think.
Yeah.
They wrote, at games, notify security if you witness hateful, violent, or abusive behavior. By the way, that's the problem. If you go, like, everyone agrees. If you witness...
I mean, we see violence all the time. It's usually on the court. And it's usually just directed at 2 people.
Violent or abusive behavior.
Right.
Physically abusive behavior. Everyone would go, like, sure. Of course. Well, we'll tell the person to stop. We'll stop someone being physically abused in the process and then have them escorted. But you add hateful.
Yeah. Have you ever been to a Bills game and seen how they've treated the other fans? Come on.
Now I'm going to get kicked out because I go, you suck.
Right.
That's hateful.
That's the thing, too. That's a big part of sports. You pay for a ticket, you have the right to root for whoever you want.
Yes.
Boo whoever you want. Then it says online, report abusive posts and drown out the bots and bad actors. At home, tell your elected officials to strengthen Title IX.
I don't know.
So that's what they're asking you, if, as it relates to transphobia, if you see something, say something, kind of like a flashback to 9/11, or really in this case a flashback to social autopsy, the Candace Owens spearheaded thing to dox conservatives.
Yeah.
And that's how she made her bones. But people have been stepping up.
It is. That is how Candace Owens started. I'm so glad to hear anyone else talking about social autopsy. Worst name for anything ever, by the way.
And saying something.
WNBA security tip line. Yeah, hi. I saw something, so I want to say something. Okay, let's start with what did you see, sir? Ooh, well, trying to be tactful here. Let's see, it was a large player, about 6'6". Well, that's not too alarming. Well, large, bulbous, muscles. Okay, well, was this large, bulbous individual being abusive or hateful? Well, I don't think she hates these women, but with a score of 125 to 0, it's not exactly friendly. Okay, well, thus far, there's nothing that I could report as an issue. Oh, and a cock. Yeah, big swinging hanging out of those little shorts, dude. I got my kids with me. This is ridiculous.
I don't know how they'd handle that that line.
He said he was writing it down.
Jock straps.
You
know what?
Thing. You have WNBA players who are really trying to send a message to the normal one, Sophie Cunningham, on the court. I don't watch basketball, but I was informed that my lying eyes were correct. This seems pretty flagrant as a clothesline.
Gets her right across the face, coming down, trying to prevent the layup, but that is just a hard hit.
Scissor big timbers.
I think to a flagrant too, Ryan.
I think and pushed her when she got up.
And the fact that she stands up and it gets in her face, not Sophie, but this girl. Like look at this. So it happens. Very clearly it happens. Like that's nowhere near the ball.
Definitely going to be upgraded.
And look at this. She goes straight to get in her face. Doesn't check to see if she's okay. Doesn't help her up. And it's not even close to the ball. Like why? How is it we're pretending this is a thing?
And pushed her when she got up.
Yeah, she was ready for it. She knew it. I mean, and then she was ejected from the game.
As she should be.
So what do you think she did? Do you think she said, like, oh, you know, my temper got the better of me? No, she went on Threads and posted, white privilege!
Of course it was on Threads.
In her blonde wig.
Yeah, was it the black girl with the blonde wig?
The black girl with the blonde wig.
See, and this is one thing I'll never understand. It's the same thing for, like, women who hate men. Like, why you try so much to look like them? Black women who hate white women. Why do you try so hard to look like them? And I'll say the same thing to white women who get too many tans, get their hair overly permed, get the stupid long nails. Basically, people like Bad Baby from who started her career on Dr. Phil. It's ridiculous either way you go. Like it's ridiculous looking. There's nothing I saw when I was in basic. There was a girl from Alaska. Palest girl you know. She was cute, but palest girl you know. and then she got cornrows done to her. I mean, she got cornrows done in the barracks, and it looked ridiculous with her pasty, white, ashy forehead shining through her blonde hair. It just doesn't look right. It looked like Steve Martin from that movie in like 2002, Bringing Down the House.
Down to her knees like Rapunzel?
Yeah.
Repulsive?
At least, but here's the good news, though, is the sisterhood, right? We've all talked like women band together much more effectively than men. Here's Sophie's coach.
One of the things about Nay is that she's going to play her butt off, man. She's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup. And so I don't oppose the hard foul. But I also don't think that she intentionally went for the net.
What? She didn't intend.
You can't even get your coach to stand up for you. And I just want to point this out too. All right. Hold on. So people will also say this. So this is another incident that people are pointing to this, but from something that Sophie Cunningham did. This is also flagrant, and she got called for flagrant.
You could say it's a play on the ball,
but the only thing about this one is, and I've been trying to find the video of the rest of the game, but they were coming at her and Caitlin Clark really hard this game. Several flagrant fouls, and I'm pretty sure this is the same night that Caitlin Clark got stabbed in the eye with girls' long fingernails. I'm pretty sure. But this is standing up for yourself. They kept making bad calls on Sophie Cunningham all night. They kept not calling very obviously flagrant fouls against Sophie Cunningham all night. So she just said, fuck it. And
yeah, I think no question this will get upgraded.
Yeah, no question.
Two arms above the shoulders. And again, intent is not part of this rule. Cunningham.
it's the security that are getting in to break it up, not the officials.
That's
Mabry.
But yeah. So people are pointing at this, and I'm like, yeah, but you don't know the context behind it. The context of the game that we just watched, the one that's causing all the current controversy, that was the only thing that happened that night. Sophie Cunningham's a shit talker, not unlike she's like a white Larry Bird with with titties, but that's basically it. And then you have people like this, like Sports Illustrated, saying Sophie Cunningham got a bitter taste of karma after drawing flagrant foul in Fever Sky. They're saying this because she said the thing about trans people, and she didn't even say anything negative about them. She just said that they shouldn't play in the women's league, which is based. And then people like Kangman Lee saying things like white privileged, where they used her neck to stand up. Caitlin Clark did this. Like, that's nowhere near the ball. I thought this was funny. Me trying to organize meetings with my Israeli friends, endless Jewish holidays. I thought that was funny. Props where props is due. Random note. People saying Zendaya can act, point to this. I mean, that might be how she expresses things, but... And then people pointing towards this. This is that same girl all the time. Yanking on people's wigs, sorry. Just excessive. Knocking over her own teammates and then getting in the girls' faces. This girl needs... And you see that second follow-up with the hand?
Be able to see how hard the foul is right here. That's a hard foul, and she does get her in the face.
Carrington trying to dribble out of trouble and knocks down Sherrod, and now we have a little scuffle.
This girl ain't no good. Have you noticed that the girls who try to be pretty in this league are the worst players? Whether it be Angel Reese or however the hell you say this girl's name.
There was a little wind up there, and there was some follow through.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That's what I'm saying. Just tugging on the girl's hair. Yeah, good thing it was a white girl that she would have been embarrassed.
In pain after
Oh yeah, that was the same girl.
caught that fingertip in the eye or right around it from Karen.
That's what I'm saying. This is my biggest one. Like, she said this was an accident.
In pain after
Went straight into her eye.
caught that fingertip in the eye or right around it from Carrington.
Like, this girl seems like it's already trans in the damn league, because you trying a little too hard to be quote unquote feminine with those long ass nails. Playing basketball, girl. Like, what are we even talking about?
With no whistle.
Down a glass, leaves open 3 opportunities.
Clark nudged by Carrington.
She's a punk. She's always been a punk. Well, I think there's one more. Oh yeah, her saying white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. All right, I guess I can't find the other one. Oh, I thought this was funny. Blair said this: "I'm gonna need Sophie Cunningham to show up looking like this to prove a point." Talking about how all the girls that do this kind of thing wear those ugly-ass blonde wigs. And then this guy. You could tell it's always someone who doesn't play sports. Like, oh my God, this is literally just a snapshot of them playing sporty hoops. You might know that if you hadn't quit sports to become a professional hate monger. This is not sports, okay? This is Def Jam street ball. Like, this is not how you play in a professional league. It's not. I'm sorry, especially as big a crybabies as they are in the men's league. For someone to say this, then I swear this guy wanted to say sporty hoops, just like that episode of South Park where they're like, no son of mine's gonna not sing and dance and play shooty hoops. Anyway.
Okay, you know what? Let's watch the clip again of the following question.
This is not a name. I'm sorry, I hate your parents.
That seems to me like she did it on.
It seems like that was a bit more than basketball.
Oh my gosh! How can you, as a coach, you can't call that out? You can't call that out. Like,
I mean, the players want her to. You see her next.
What did you literally last week? I said, women, you have to stop trying to be agreeable.
I know you can't be like, well, she's okay. The first part, it's fine. She's gonna play her butt off. She's not gonna let you walk in uncontested.
Sure.
Men do that all the time, but we go, yeah, he tried to take his head off when he did that.
Right.
You know, like, what are these guys like? You know, Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah, and this is Sophie Cunningham about a week ago.
The clock becomes a little bit of an issue, and Minnesota just gets it across. And a whistle, no indication as to what. We'll call a foul on Cunningham.
She gets elbowed in the face. They call the foul on her.
What we're seeing here today is the efficiency. If you look at true shooting percentage, which weights for both free throws and three-point percentage, number 1 in the league, Kelsey Mitchell in true shooting percentage. Number 2, Kayla McBride. Number 3, Caitlin Clark. So you have arguably the 3 most efficient guards in the league, in addition to the bountiful stats. Number 4 on that list is Paige Beckers, another incredible guard. Now they're going to take a look.
The previous play is under review for a potential hostile act after the whistle.
Going to take a look at the elbow that happened here after the defensive foul was called on Cunningham.
Yeah, right there. I think that's just a common foul. Nia Coffey is just trying to bring the ball.
They're trying to say that this right here.
Face is right there.
I think it's a natural basketball.
Trying to bring.
And this is what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that this right here, her hand, right here. They're gonna say that is a foul. Bet.
Anyone who's ever done a pivot drill knows that. So I think it should stay just a common foul.
After review
Oh, you didn't realize they called that on Sophie Cunningham?
No. Okay. So I think it should be an offensive foul. I don't think it should be a defensive
Yeah,
foul.
like they aren't even looking at the offensive foul. They were trying to get something on Sophie Cunningham for that little hand motion afterwards instead of the blatant elbow to the face.
And here's the thing. Now, when they go and look
Like
at
she's
that,
bleeding from the lip.
change it from a defensive foul to an offensive foul.
Unless it's been a challenge.
Challenge, right. And Indiana just had to use a challenge on a phantom call. They're not going to use another one right there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's the defensive foul. With the hands on Coffey right away.
Okay.
That's the defensive foul.
That's not a foul.
Occurs before the contact from Coffey on Cunningham.
Okay.
No, that's not a foul. People put their hands on stomach, back, shoulder all the time in basketball. I don't care. That's stupid.
Men would go up and grab your arms and pull you down. He wouldn't try to, like, sometimes he would try to kill you, but other times he
Maybe,
would just do
a little
it
bit.
obviously. She could have done that. She hit her right in the face and the throat. Sorry. It's just obvious.
It's just, not all, but women just aren't cut out for team sports where it's like, look, like I said, band of brothers. Like, this coach should have her players back. Especially, they have let Sophie Cunningham know that they are gunning for her. They have let her know, and the coach is still trying to be like, oh, we can all get along. No, she should go up and go, look, this was a very flagrant foul. Obviously was way out of bounds. She should watch her back the next time she does it, and men shouldn't compete in women's sports. No dicks in the WNBA. Is there another question here that isn't retarded? Yeah. That's what she should do. But it's, oh, well, you know, I mean, it's great, because you know why? They have no leg to stand on because nobody cares about the sport. Nobody wants to watch it. People want to watch it when men involve themselves with it, which brings us to now. The former first-round NBA draft pick, Enes Kanter Freedom, and then I guess also Royce White just declared themselves eligible for the WNBA draft, and now
and this is absolutely
into
hilarious.
WNBA-related events.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring
they don't want to
who
get
you
paid
are
at all.
is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA.
I don't think he's playing professionally
Earlier
right now.
this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be
Professional
declaring for the WNBA
basketball.
draft in 2026.
I love the
as
keep
well.
it salty
Now,
hat
you're
while
gonna
he's
say,
saying
oh,
this.
it's cringe. That's a term, by the way, which is overused. Sure. Is it ridiculous? Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the plot to 2002's Joanna Man.
Right.
Yeah, Joanna man.
But is it any more ridiculous
Joanna
than
man, my friend?
actual men competing in the sport? No.
No.
Is it any more ridiculous than actual men beating the shit out of women in both MMA and boxing to the point where they're winning Olympic medals? No. It's not any more ridiculous than what we are actually living. And the left wants you to believe that you're the one making an issue. No, responding to the issue is not making it an issue.
I want more of it, honestly. I'm not even kidding. I 100% want more of it because I want these leagues, especially like the WNBA, that are out there that say like, no, it's totally fine. Probably women's soccer as well. I know there's a league for that. It's not, all that big. I want men to go into those categories and be like, fine, deal with it.
Right.
Deal with it now because they're going to have to.
I don't necessarily want it, but I'm at the point where I don't care.
No, yeah,
I'm like my daughter's 12, so she's gonna be she's playing sports this year. I get that that's an issue, but the only way it fixes itself is if they fix it, and it has to be this way. It has to be like, okay, you want to let everybody in, and see if you still like your little game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, especially at pro sports, because that's a little different. Than
We'll leave you alone. You're right. We're obsessed. You're right. We're obsessed. We'll leave you alone. You get to it. Let us know how it goes. Come back to us in a couple years. Let us know how your league's going.
Well, I won't leave them alone. I'll still mock them mercilessly.
Oh,
but
mock them.
Yeah, of course.
It's just, this is like, you can go
As
back
you
to
should.
the first change my mind. So I was like, no, this is where it goes. No one's talking about sports. No one's talking about children. And you know what? Here's the question. Where do you draw the line? Because I can give you the straight line from gay marriage, Prop 22, to this. I can give you the straight line. And I can tell you, I can point you to when I spoke with Dave Rubin. He was shocked. He's like, you're a libertarian like me, Crowder. Same-sex marriage. I said, no, I don't support it. He said, what? I said, I just don't think that men and women are the same thing.
I mean, I don't
I
either.
think that a mom inherently provides something to children that two dads can't, and I think the same thing about a father that two moms can't. And so that's why we have the institution. And
the really scary part about it is, and the only thing that upsets me is they will let gay people adopt after being married for a very short amount of time. I've seen it as little as a year. And especially considering how short most lesbian relationships are, I'm saying.
I don't want to act as though every scenario is just as legitimate as the next as far as raising children. And I think that when you declare genders fundamentally immaterial, then you're declaring them fundamentally interchangeable. And I don't think you like the way this goes.
Right.
I pose it then. I pose it now. Civil unions, sure, whatever. You want to write each other into the will. But you tell me, if not there, if you don't just go full-on traditionalism, how do you argue against it? How do you go, well, yeah, I'm pro-gay marriage. Libertarians, how do you go, yeah, I'm pro-gay marriage. I'm pro-legalize all drugs. And I'm pro, by the way, I'll just allow, like, obviously, trans people can just do whatever they want in their own personal life, whatever, but just not sports. How?
Well, not sports, but not sports.
How do you
or form your own league like that.
I don't think you
like
can.
the queer bashing thing.
But I don't
the
think you can
trans
make the case against this
boxing league.
Because science has become so opaque, unfortunately, that outside of a rigid, traditional moral backbone for this country, Christian-based, I don't think that it's. I don't know. I'd love to have someone make the case. I'm libertarian and everything, but this is ridiculous. Okay, great. Make the case. Because you said it was absurd when we made the case back then, and I don't shy away from it. And I get it. People want everyone to just accept who they are. And I don't know why people can't. How God made them. God didn't make you trans. God made you a boy, and then you decided that you wanted to be a girl. We have the same issue, by the way, here on our staff with the completely untalented brother of, Charles Xavier, the X-Man. We hired his brother Chet, and he's struggling with self-acceptance.
Wait, hold on. Instead of this.
Unbelievable, bro. The year of the simp just keeps giving. Drake is going viral on the timeline right now for this clip.
Okay. What do we... Just give me, like, one...
I get, yeah, you know what the rule
I'm like, I know exactly what to do.
You know what? Never mind.
There's a reason I pulled this up.
Bro, these people are so pathetic.
Yeah.
Now you have lead on you. Congratulations.
Oh, wow. I've done worse than that. Thank you.
Literally an entire generation of unbelievable cucks. This is how they manipulate the Goyim, by the way. All right, the Goyim are like, oh my God, Drake is so cool, the way he literally barks for a prostitute. Now, for those of you that don't recognize this prostitute because she literally decided that she was going to wear 4,000 pounds of plastic, this is Tectone's ex-girlfriend. Right,
yeah.
So Tectone, let's just figure this out. Tectone got married, has a family, beautiful life.
This is the girl that caused all the fuss. This is the one that falsely accused him and all the things. This girl.
Making good money. Then we got Tectone's ex-girlfriend, prostitute, simping for Drake on the timeline, half plastic. Tell me the winner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's gross. I'm gonna save that.
Unbelievable, bro. The year of the simp.
Ugh.
Well, let's just talk about it. Last week, Clay Travis, he offered $10 million for a game between the WNBA champs, the champions of the league, out of all 6 teams. And
I believe. Can you guess? Can you guess what city?
New York.
Oh man, close. L.A.
Oh really? Well, not close physically, but close to two biggest cities.
Yeah, you have 2 guesses.
And then a high school state champs boys team. $10 million to the WNBA champions if they win.
Yes.
Which I would imagine is significant to players in the WNBA. $10 million.
Oh, it's Las Vegas, not Los Angeles.
$10 million. I mean, it's split up between, I don't know how many players on their team, like 10, 15. That's more than their salary.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Not anymore now. They just did the bankruptcy contract that they just signed with the players.
Right.
I think Clay did this at one point, and I think it was like $1 million just to try to get people to do this. I want to say it was like a year ago. And nobody stepped up. He's like any high school boys sufficiently sized, like he's trying to put just some qualify. It can't be like some pickup game of people that won in whatever division that's super low and small. But he's like, just any competent boys state championship basketball team would smoke any WNBA team.
This is 100% true. Most of the and again, I enjoy a lot of women's league things. I love the UFC. I can watch the Williams sisters play tennis if I'm stuck in a waiting room. But I don't watch a lot of sports anymore anyway. Like, I used to love basketball until pretty much when Kobe stopped playing and when Kevin Durant left the Thunder is when I really stopped caring. Because after that, and then I think after LeBron's third team change, I was like, this thing's getting a lot like that movie Basketball, and it sucks.
Wouldn't be close either.
Well, I guess it's pretty common. Lane was talking about how it's pretty common. What just happened? Okay, you just lost me. I guess it's pretty common for them.
Are we having board problems? Because I know we're having audio. That was the audio issue.
Oh, no.
Are we actually having board problems?
We're resetting that live to air thing, and it's cutting out for
Is it going to cut me again?
It shouldn't.
Oh, that's still confidence.
Then yes.
Hopefully not. I don't know. All right.
Now, you're saying, Lane was saying that some of these teams will bring in guys.
Like random guys off the streets just to
She's good now, right?
Women. Like, yeah.
Maybe like ex-college players or something like that to come play with them in practice.
Like when you think of professional fighters, they'll often interview them and they go, "What? You know, are you ready?" Like, look, everyone. We brought in Olympic level wrestlers. You know, I brought in heavyweight champs. So my camp is going to be way tougher than anything this fighter is going to throw at me. And they asked the WNBA team, like, "Do you think you're ready?" It's like, look, we brought in a homeless guy on 6th Ave who was, we gave him a sandwich, and he's way better than any women in this league. So they can't bring us anything that's going to be shocking.
Oh yeah, real quick. She thinks that this is a foul.
She goes under the screen, beats to the spot, and then Carrington here on the other end, who got
She thinks that's a foul.
trying to finish at the rim.
She turns around like, where's the foul? Where's the foul? But look at my blood hair. I'm beautiful.
She goes under the screen.
Rules for thee, not rules for me.
There's a producer for Fox News or for Fox.
For
that
Fox?
does like a morning shift, 2 a.m. to 10 a.m. or whatever it is, and then after his shift, he goes and plays with the New York team.
He just goes and smokes
scrimmages with them. Yeah, smokes them. And what the funniest thing to me is that he gets paid for that. Like there's someone in the payroll office going like, all right, here's the guy that smokes our women every day just to get them prepared for the Seattle Storm.
I mean, it's just. This is not even close.
I know. And
we've talked about this. It's so silly. That's where, like Josh says, it's so silly. I'm on the phone. Like, okay, all right, ladies, unless you want to solve it, whatever.
Yeah. Hey, I'll buy a ticket. I'm gonna go watch the Space Jam clown show.
Yes, I am too.
Yeah, I think too. We wouldn't be talking about this without Caitlin Clark at all. Like the WNBA has one person who has kind of transcended into like mainstream media. That people even know who it is.
I mean, kind
and
of.
The entire league backlash against her has been insane. She's not like an unlikable person either. She's a decently likable person who happens to be very, very good and gets a lot of attention, is the only reason they have a new contract and any money going into that league, and they hate her for it.
It's white privilege.
She's not black. She's not lesbian. So, therefore, she must be bad.
And she's a competitor, too. I mean, there's obviously that. Like, when a competitor comes into the league, it's like there's always like a big fish kind of attitude. Like, we got to take down that heavy competitor. But she also brought all these fans that were not anywhere near the WNBA before, and now they got all these fans coming in, and these fans have their opinions about basketball, and these ladies are like, I don't like this.
I don't know how you fix the issue with someone blatantly committing a foul and being so entitled to then blame the consequences on white privilege. Yeah. This is why I say the race relations are far worse now than when I was growing up. When I was growing up, they'd be like, okay, at least
Tectone and what's that? It's a Gundam.
Right,
going to be on side
sorry,
scrollers today.
Begrudgingly, and they try and get away with it next time. But now they just go, oh, I know, I have a get out of consequences free card, white privilege, and they hope that enough people are too scared to do anything about it.
And it can be egregious too,
I'm
like
terrified.
this one. Yeah. What is the opposite of the result? The opposite is what the white girl who got clotheslined to the face gets a foul. What do you?
This is where I just think, you know what you need to do? You know what Sophie Cunningham should do is punch her right in the face. Get up, punch her right in the face. Women, this happens. You need to insult them. You need to berate them. You need to embarrass them. This coach should have made fun of her. Like, oh, the one in the Cardi B wig, that one, she's talking about white privilege. Oh, with the riff-raff hairpiece. Okay, make fun of them. Make them embarrassed. Make them scared to pop their head out and act this way.
They should encourage it.
Yeah.
After the game, like, hey, during the game, you guys, Stay on it. No fouls. Okay? After the game, take it out. Mud wrestling in the presser. That's what we're going to do. Mud wrestling, presser. You guys take out all your energy.
Yeah.
And we'll film it.
By the way, so we're having an audio issue that we cannot fix
with
right
Clay
now.
Travis?
So, yeah, we'll have to reschedule for Trey. Sorry, Clay, if you and your team can hear. But
oh, my gosh. Well, that was the whole reason for doing this segment.
Yeah.
Hey, and speaking of dudes in the WNBA, here's Brittany Griner being topless.
Swaggy, Brittany, let me see something real quick. Brick, thank you. Get the hell out of here, yo.
Do you hear that deep ass voice too? You'll be like, yeah, I made that shit. Yeah, I'm a woman, guys. Yeah, come on, seriously, guys.
Yo, I ain't gonna fake it right now.
Yeah, I got a better average than I do in the real game. Yeah. See? Gonna make it right here. Gonna make it right here. That's a dude. I don't care.
Swaggy, Brittany, let me see something real quick.
That's a dude.
Otherwise, I wouldn't talk about the WNBA.
Straight up, that's a guy. I'm sorry,
Well,
it's a
then,
guy.
Let's before we get to AOC, which is fun. Let's treat you like what's the name of that white blonde broad? What's the name of that player?
DeJohnne Carrington.
No, that's not the white
Cunningham. one. Oh, the white one.
No, the white wig.
Yeah, DeJohnne Carrington.
Dijonay.
Dijonay. Ooh la la.
Dijonay is breakfast. And then your soiree is night where you go, Dejanay is welcome over here. Bring your blonde wig. I told you, they love French. They don't know what any of it means.
Okay, let's see.
We've been telling you to keep your head on a swivel. It's a dangerous world out there. We're not just talking about Carnival Cruise.
Again, I'm not particularly fond of Benny Johnson. I'm sure this is just clickbait, and I've clicked on the bait, but here it is.
Or Waffle House or Spirit Airlines. But we are actually talking about airlines because there's been a spate of hijackings in airlines, and there was a brand new one. The media tries to cover this kind of stuff up, but we want to talk about it because we want you to be safe. Put the pieces together. Here we go. This is from last month. United flight from Chicago makes emergency landing as passenger storms the cockpit. Audio reveals crew had to struggle to physically restrain the passenger and do an emergency landing.
You can keep it as tight as possible, and it's actually a situation where we might have to close the airfield due to potential hijack. So did you want to continue down to Madison or St. Bed?
So obviously this, thankfully, was a passenger that was taken into custody. Allegedly, he was a 75-year-old man, but can do a lot of
75.
That's some pretty strong 75-year-olds, and they
okay,
had to,
sorry. Is there a video?
The plane safely after the post 9/11 reinforced doors held as he bashed against them.
Okay, he's 75. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't care.
You have to, but you scream. She was, because I don't know if you know this. Be covert.
All right, we're gonna get a little bit of this.
AOC, and she wants us to forget just how far left and woke she was, because I don't know if you know.
And how many different accents she has.
Reasonable Democrat, now who may or may not be running for president and is freezing her eggs. It's time for Deep Thoughts with Comrade Cortez. Now, remember how AOC said it would be irresponsible to bring kids into this world because with climate change, it was going to end in 12 years?
Right.
Well, this Saturday, she just made a big announcement that she's freezing her eggs. So I guess she's freezing them for after Skynet falls.
I mean, that's what I freeze.
I've got
a Waterworld baby.
Let's see, all of this medicine here. I'm going to inject this first, but I got a pro tip from a friend because this injection kind of stings. It kind of burns a little bit. So a friend of mine told me that if you make the first injection first and
she's like 35, by the way.
Sit while you're doing everything else, maybe it burns a little less. I don't know. But obviously, I'm not doing this on live.
It's very scientific.
ASMR egg freezing channel. All right. Don't be weird about this.
Don't tell me what to do.
I mean, you're posting it online. It's chubbier than I would
Are
expect.
they not just things that you can do in private anymore?
No, apparently not.
I don't know, but I'm feeling pretty weird right now.
That wasn't so bad.
Oh, hot.
Okay.
Like, why post that online?
No, it probably wasn't going
I
to be.
don't understand.
It didn't need that long of a lead-in. Now, someone called
But
it
then
a
again, I
wellness
post a lot of
check
weird
to make
shit
sure
online,
she was
so.
doing all right. And by the way, it's a good thing they did.
Oh, God. If you haven't seen this movie is Slither. It's a great movie. James Gunn at his finest.
Something's wrong with me.
That's up to interpretation.
Never
I'm so freaking hungry, Birdie.
Does HCG have that effect?
It's a great movie. It's got Nathan Fillion, the guy that played Yondu from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. You'll see a lot of familiar faces. James Gunn usually works with the same people. It's pretty good.
She later told ABC that the reason to do this was to normalize the highly
It's an interesting
stigmatized
take on, like,
practice
body
of freezing
snatchers
your eggs. I don't know
concept.
if you know this, ladies, but if you freeze your eggs right now, if you try to do it, there are just tons of men waiting to slap them out of your hands like a rejected basketball. But she's on the case, normalizing it.
In this political environment where this administration is denying reproductive care to
They're
women
not.
across the country,
Actually,
from
the most
abortion
pro-IVF
rights to the
administration
ability
ever,
to carry out a
to the
healthy
chagrin of
pregnancy,
many Catholics. Many
I think
Christians.
it's important for
Like,
us as
I don't.
leaders to
First of all, I don't care. Abortion is not reproductive health care. It's not. And to say that, look, if I ever saw anything that said that having a miscarriage was illegal, I would also have some things to say about that. But it's not. As far as I've read or seen, having a miscarriage is not illegal. In most states, you're allowed to terminate the pregnancy if the mother's life is at risk. As far as I know, all states are. I haven't seen any compelling evidence to the contrary. But people will tell you otherwise because it fits their narrative. They're allowed to blatantly lie to you.
have these conversations and share these processes, especially for working women across the country, and normalize them.
Especially for working women. What that really means is we want to subsidize crap for free. And
Only
again, this
Catwoman.
administration has done more for IVF than any other administration, and obviously Catholics are against it, but many Christians are. I'll tell you my personal views on that. I think that if you only fertilize the egg that you implant, that's different from fertilizing a bunch of eggs. So you have a bunch of embryos, and you just end up tossing them in the dumpster. So there's an ethical way to do it, an unethical way, and then there's also a conversation to be had if, hey, at a certain point, you have to hand yourself over to God's plan and let nature take its course. So I get all of it. The point is, she's lying about this. The implication that women don't have access to reproductive care, it's not true. What they really mean is abortion. What they really mean is for you to pay for all of their stuff. And while we're talking about this, some women freeze their eggs because they might be going through a health crisis right now. For example, you're probably better to do that if you're going through chemotherapy, something like that, and try again later. But a lot of women are simply doing it because they don't want to fashion themselves. They don't want to mold themselves into someone who could potentially be a wife. So people are getting married far later. Men are checking out of the dating pool, so they're freezing their eggs, hoping that later on they have that option available to them. That, I will say, is a less desirable alternative to starting your family younger when you are most fertile. I would say the prescription for society should be, when are women most fertile? You should probably prioritize that. Not boss babe, not school,
when
not
they're
career.
Mexican.
If
I'm sorry.
you want to have a family, prioritize getting yourself to the point of being a worthy wife, and men as well, but this is directed toward women right now, and being able to have children in the window where it's most appropriate. Doesn't mean that women don't have babies later on. We understand that. But let me just tell you, when we talk about normalizing this, let's normalize real statistics so women understand the risks when they forego those opportunities in their 20s or early 30s. Women who are over 40 years old, by the way, they're having more kids than teenagers for the first time, than young people. Yeah. Women over 40 are having more kids because kids are not having babies. So the rates, if you're over 40, it's double if you're 40 years old, that of a 20-year-old, stillbirth. You have 2 times greater chance of having a stillbirth. You have a 5 times greater chance of having a miscarriage for 45-year-olds versus 25-year-olds. 12.5 times more likely for your child to have Down syndrome at 40 versus 25-year-olds. 4.5 times more likely to die during childbirth if you're over 40 versus 25. So yes, you heard those numbers correctly. 2 times the stillbirths, 5 times the miscarriages, 12.5 times children with Down syndrome, almost 5 times the maternal mortality rate. Wow. So understand that when you freeze your eggs, just go, I'm just going to live it up now. If it's just live it up now and do it later, there are consequences. There are situations where I understand it. That's not what is happening right now. People are going, school, boss babe, student loan, go out, eat, pray, love, travel. Hey, start your family young. You can do all those things, by the way. Once you're in your 30s or in your 40s at that point, and the kids are grown up, and you don't need to be watching them like a hawk.
And you're still pretty young.
Inverse of how it should be done, how it's been done always.
Yeah, and it's not good. We talk about often the stuff that's not good for moms to do that, or people who might become moms, women in those situations. It's not good for you to do that, to wait.
Don't you mean birthing people? No, I'm sorry.
Life can be found somewhere else. It cannot.
Right.
Right. That is not how God designed us to be. Selfish all the way through, right? But it's also really bad for the kids because you're putting them in a situation. And I think what women need to do is think about this from the child's perspective that they could have when you're freezing your eggs, and look at all of the stats that you just listed about what it can do to your child and how your decision will directly put your child in more danger. Because when you become a parent, that becomes really, really easy. You're like, I'm making decisions to make sure my child is not in danger.
Right.
I'm sacrificing myself for them. And they go, well, no, I'm just living it up. It's not going to affect them. It does affect them. You're making a choice right now to run out to bars and to be in Congress instead of having
Congress
children
with the devil.
because you think that's a better way to go.
It's really this simple. Society used to say, okay, we're going to build this around what's best for children for the next generation. All right, so we want to have kids younger because that's when we're most likely to have children. That's when the parents are most capable of raising those children. Okay, of course, parents are going to stay together even if they're sleeping in separate beds and they don't love each other at this point because it doesn't really matter. Those kids should have a mom and a dad still in their life. Then we said, you know what? Have kids whenever you want. Live your life. Kids will still be there. They're there for you. They're an accessory. You know what? You're not happy? Leave your family. Life's too short to not be happy. Hey, is life also short for that kid?
Right.
Used to be, what's best for the kid, provided you have decided to bring a family into the world. Now it's, hey, do you think that family, do you think those might make you happier? Well, they don't. Well, go get yourself some happiness.
Yeah, go get yourself some drugs and some wiener.
We have a generation of people who have more access to information,
Sorry, retarded.
healthy food, who are going to die fatter, sicker, dumber, and younger than their parents.
Generally, yeah.
So if resources and technology helped humanity, it's not serving humanity, which tells you there's a cultural and a moral rot. Go life's too short, be happy. Okay, then life's short for everybody. Prioritize the kids being happy.
Not as short as your kids' lives are going to be.
We've just decided to do the opposite of that. You guys let them, that's the fundamental issue. And it stems from feminism. You put you first. Didn't used to do it that way. Matter of fact, people were judged harshly for behaving that way.
Yeah.
Now, they're praised. Here's AOC, well, speaking of which, admitting to ABC that, remember the whole woke thing? Oh, that's right, she spearheaded it, but now she's calling it Woke 1.0. That, you know what? Democrats went a little bit too crazy because she's gearing up to run for president.
What do you make of those controversial statements I'm sure you've seen? I mean, she's... the Thanksgiving dust up. She says she doesn't,
She looks like a horsey.
But, the abolished prisons, abolished police, which is also positions that have been taken by a lot of the progressive candidates who have won.
My understanding is that that Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot of that.
Right, she's moved away from it. And I have a local city councilman that has this saying woke one was crazy. And I think that what's important is that we have to assess what
was it? I mean, did the movement go too far?
Now, here's the thing. It's very important that you hear what she just, woke one was crazy. That means there is going to be a woke 2.0.
And they tweaked it.
I mean, that's a fair assessment.
You don't call a movie, a film that doesn't have a sequel, you don't call it one.
Yeah.
You don't call it E.T. 1.
It's just woke.
It's just E.T. You don't call it Saving Private Ryan 1. You may say Jaws, the first one, even though I just like to ignore the other ones, particularly where the shark follows them to Florida.
No, you look at the wars. World War I, Germans. World War II, guess who?
Yeah. Right, really. I don't even know if it was.
Who's back?
Before it was the Great War.
Yeah, it was the Great
War. And then
War.
they were like, oh, we got another one. We can't just say
the war to end all wars.
But it didn't end all wars because we had another war again, this time involving the teams, the world. So let's, World War I, World War II. It makes sense. You don't say woke one unless there's a woke two. They're just going to try and be covert about it. And she's right, though. It was pretty crazy. I'm glad we're done with all the craziness. I'm glad that really there's no egg on her face as it relates to woke 1.0.
People sometimes like to make a lot of drama over the term Latinx.
If you're afraid to say Black Lives Matter, you are asking
Latinx is not a thing. I'm sorry.
Continue.
There's scientific consensus.
Yeah, by the way, she did not have her hands. She was not handcuffed.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change.
Is it okay to still have children? It's hard to know who stands with you. I want you to know that I stand with you. And everyone who wants to be mean shouldn't be mean around me.
40% of banned books have reported are significantly addressing and specifically addressing LGBT issues.
Correct.
It's not LGBT issues. It's books about sex targeted at like 7-year-olds. What are we talking about?
I mean, you're patriots.
That's a dude.
You are.
It's a dude.
You are patriots. And I'm so proud of you all.
Attacks on trans and LGBT people are actually projections of what predatory, cisgender, and often straight men do.
I don't care if you're documented. I don't care if you're undocumented.
Legal or illegal, let's be honest.
We just lived through almost 2 years now of a pandemic that where our country relied on undocumented people to survive.
Instead of getting you to challenge the patriarchy, they're trying to get you to challenge the very gender expressiveness that challenges patriarchy.
Sounds like what you're telling me right now is that you didn't only think that you were going to die, you thought you were going to be raped.
Yeah.
She wasn't there, by the way.
Wasn't even there.
January 6th.
She was like
5 blocks away or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was several blocks.
I was afraid they were going to find me.
At the Denny's.
They were going to find me at the Denny's eating my Grand Slam and then rape me over the eggs.
The eggs.
It's just
That's not a moon's over my hammy.
You weren't even near it.
AOC, no, you're right. Woke 1.0. Woke 1 was absolutely crazy. Said the woman who unironically used the term Latinx.
Yes.
No, she said Latinx.
Latinx. Single most researched.
I don't understand the Chad Xavier shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wish I had an electric wheelchair that
By the way, I
played
love
the
how
song.
people move away from positions. They're like, oh, yeah, she's moved away. Notice they didn't say changed my mind.
Right.
She changed her mind about those positions that she absolutely 100% held and felt very comfortable telling the world is how life should be.
No, she just moved away from him, which means she's not talking about it anymore.
Yes.
She would prefer you forget
She
that.
realizes it's bad for her politics.
Think about what she just said, too, that actually when fighting patriarchy, when the form of gender expression that most effectively fights patriarchy, what she's saying is that the most effective way, the only people who can actually fight patriarchy are men. Fine.
We do have something from her boyfriend, though, because I had this question. Like, is she married? Is she engaged right now?
I thought she did get married. She's
I
got a
don't.
There's
boyfriend?
something.
Oh.
There's a white
if
guy
she's
doing
not
something
married
with her.
and she's freezing her eggs publicly, she's
we get
doing
a
that to send a
confirmation on
message.
that?
Like, well, if you don't want it, I guess I'm going to
It's not about the babies. It's about sending a
So
message.
first off, can we just show the picture of the guy?
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, I got a pair of pictures. So
It's a ginger, right?
That's
Jonah
AOC's
Hill?
boyfriend. And,
Well-
there's a better picture.
Yeah. Maybe that's why
So, hold on.
He's a good-looking
So
dude.
easy, AOC's boyfriend can do it.
Yeah.
That's
So
AOC's.
he did write something that I think is interesting here. I'll read
No.
it for you because it looks like it's a little small. This is back in 2022
I mean, I'm
for a
sure.
GQ article. It is so.
It's
Riley,
fine. You wrote, it's my resolution that perhaps we can be engaged by the end of the year, she recalled him telling her. And I said, oh, really? Well, you're going to have to woo me. You're going to have to convince me, after all this time, why I should. Ocasio-Cortez told me that she never considered marriage inevitable. Her relationship with Roberts, who was white,
inevitable,
raised its own particular questions about identity and belonging.
Wow.
She wasn't positive that an intercultural, interracial relationship would be the right fit for her.
Is she married or no?
How are they not the racist ones?
I don't.
They keep saying boyfriend.
Isn't that like the whole thing?
I mean,
from like the 1960s and 50s, like, oh, look, a black guy and a white lady.
We don't take kindly to your mixed couples around here. Which, by the way, is not a thing. With even the most racist guy on the planet is not looking at a ginger, who, by the way, should take what he can get, and looking at a pretty Latina being like, hey, why don't you find someone your own kind, completely devoid of pigment? It's not a thing. Man, like, even racist guys are like, yeah, Latina women are pretty hot. Like, it's just a thing. Everybody knows it.
Good luck to
I mean, this is true.
Ocasio-Cortez finding that Latin.
Just be careful, because Puerto Ricans are very angry, and Mexican women get pregnant real easy. Be careful out there, young man.
X-man who's okay with being called Latin X.
Right.
I think she's been engaged now since 2022.
Well, he hasn't done a good job wooing her.
Well, I mean, it's the engagement that never quit.
He's very good at walking behind her, apparently.
Yeah.
That's this.
You're going to cut this and you're going to clip this so that it's completely out of context. I already said that.
Oh, he looks tough.
And you're just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up, man. You're not helping these people, and you're not helping them.
Is that the boyfriend?
Where do you want me to go?
It's fucked up, man.
Allies jacket.
My pants rolled up are not so aerodynamic, so I can't move. It's a wind to catch. It's a sail.
Point of privilege, you can't call it a white Allies jacket.
No, fine.
My God. By the way, but this woman, just so you know,
Allies jacket.
This woman who doesn't typically like interracial relationships, and this woman who doesn't like woke, she still won't rule out running for president.
I'm sure you saw the poll in New Hampshire that had you as the leading candidate, leading choice for Democrats. First, are you going to run for president?
I mean, I'm focused on winning the midterms. I'm running for Congress right now.
But I mean, do you see this as something? You said you're open to it. Is it a realistic possibility?
I think that would be horrifying.
I haven't ruled out the possibility.
And running for Senate against Chuck Schumer, is that also something that's possible?
I mean, I think that anything is possible at this juncture.
I will say she'll be a step up from Kamala Harris, maybe, in the fact that she's at least not a drunken skank, like an alcoholic skank. Like, she's always drunk when she's on camera. Not as much as Nancy Pelosi, but that girl's got some demons. But AOC, I think that dumb is probably worse than... Yeah, I don't know. She might actually be worse. Just because she's dumb enough to think that she has the right idea about things and sober enough to get it done.
Not getting engaged, it seems.
Not married. She's
married.
Yeah.
There's more to that story. There's more to that story for sure.
That story. She's freezing her eggs for when you're engaged and you're freezing your eggs. It's like, what are you doing? You wait until after you lose the presidential election?
Probably.
I had a suspicion that she was going to try to run for president and use a pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
First.
That would be convenient. Yeah.
But now she's freezing. I don't know. Maybe not.
She
But I thought maybe it's like a pull on the heartstrings. Like, well, hey, I represent you. I'm the hardworking woman with the pregnancy while I'm on the job.
I mean, can we pull the clips, by the way, maybe for Rumble Proving for Mug Club, where she said that it was irresponsible, or people think it's irresponsible to have kids because of climate change? Because here's the thing, this is what happens time and time again. Women buy into the feminist lie when they're young. They go, yeah, and actually, I don't even think I want to. And you know what? If even this is a lie. If I have children, if I don't care. It's not really something I've ever wanted. And then they start getting to that, like, freeze the eggs because I want to keep the option. Well, the truth is, biology would have told you that it's... AOC will be a great puppet to the shadow government. No, 100%. And she'll completely think that it's her own ideas. But we all know the fact is that the largest thing in her head is her eyes and her teeth.
as far as brain goes, not so much. I think most of it's air and come on, guys, and different dialects. That's about all that fills the gap behind her eyes.
It's not. That's why you
Behind
have to
those
screen it.
eyes.
People say, hey, you're going to have a window for being part of the patriarchy.
She's 38.
She's 36.
36. Oh, we're the same age. We're both 36.
So it's still possible, but it means it's nowhere near the horizon. That's why
I'm going to see I'm 36. I'm going to see my son's graduation. I've thought about it many times. I'm going to see my son's graduation when I'm 50 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That feels old to me because we had my son in our 30s. So for people that are having their babies, 45 years old, if that's how long she wants to wait. Yikes, dude. Be 63 at your.
Yeah, it's tough for the kids.
Kids' graduation.
Hey, listen. If it naturally happens that way.
No, I know, and believe me, I understand this. I'm trying to help people from making the same mistakes I did.
And here's what happens.
Because I waited too long, and you know what? It's a regret. I wish that I'd done it early. You know why? Even as a conservative, I was scared. Where people, as a man, you're concerned about working, building a business, and being Mr. Mom when you come home. That's why the complementary relationship of knowing that you have support. If you're the breadwinner, that you have someone who can make sure that you still have some respite and you can enjoy time with the kids. And making sure that the woman feels protected and taken care of and safe, where she doesn't have to have someone else raise their kids. It alleviates a lot of stress. And a lot of people don't have that, but you need to start planning for it early, as every generation before this did. It's not a small issue.
Well, I think it's them. Sorry, Josh, go ahead.
There's other issues, too, you run into. You have a kid late, and with AOC, she's in Congress. She's got this
with
wine business or something, or her husband's got some company, whatever, or fiance's got some, whatever.
Yeah.
You end up being old, and your kids are graduating high school. Now they're going to be in their young 20s when you are needing help from your kids.
Right.
In your late 60s.
Right.
That's the time. I'm going through it right now. My mom is in her 60s, and she's not married anymore, so I'm having to step up and help her with a few things. Not just money, but help around the house. I had to go to her house this weekend and help her with a few things that she couldn't do at her house. It's little things like that you're gonna have to be putting on your kid when they're 18 to 23 years old, right when they're supposed to be starting their life the way you were.
Yeah.
The way you got to do it.
Yeah. And so, again, not all. Sometimes it works, and I understand, and sometimes you're blessed with having a baby later on. But to plan for it, and then advocate the same thing to young women who, by the way, may not be able to afford.
It is always very important. Just like Biden. Biden was completely gone. Of course, in his prime, he was one of the most corrupt politicians we've ever seen, and that's including the Clintons and the Bushes. But no, planning ahead for your family is always the best idea, obviously. Real quick, I just want to point out, Yanuka, I know you're already aware of this. Angie, if you're still here, I'm rewriting. I'm using AI to help me out a bit, asking for clarification and such, and what to use. I was also told that C-Dance is one of the better choices to use for video generation, like Leaflet or whatever he uses. But so there's an old song from Bon Jovi called "Bed of Roses," and last night I've written song parodies before, and I'm gonna get back into it. I'm mostly finished with a song, which it's outdated by like 5 years. But I started writing it like 5 years ago, and I jumped back on to finally finish it, even though it's probably so outdated because the internet moves fast. But I'm doing SIMP instead of PIMP to the tune of 50 cents PIMP, and it's about how ridiculous people are online. And then Bed of Roaches, which is a love song, which is going to include Asmongold and Case, or Kais, or however you say her name. But I'm going to go through, get a whole thing done, try to get it done at least. It'll be pushing the levels, and I know for anyone who's used AI to generate video, it's a lot more difficult than it seems. You've got to be really specific with your wording, and thankfully, using a different AI to help you with the wording so that you can say it properly for the other AI helps out a lot. So type in your rough draft, go over and over and over and over and over again. Unless you're just that good at this, it takes a little bit of time. So like this is just what I got out for a few hours. And I'm going to go through this for the next few days. But so Bon Jovi's Bed of Roses changed to Bed of Roaches, starring Asmongold and Case. I thought it would be funny. Do I have a Discord? Yeah. I'm actually on the Jess Made or the X Street Discord. But yeah, it's just gonna. It's really, really interesting. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna read all this because it gave me so much. It took a long time to generate. I fell asleep while I was doing the last generation. But yeah, location. But I'm gonna go through frame by frame, and I'm gonna type out. I really want it to be as close to the Bed of Roses as possible, while keeping it funny and relevant to what's actually going on between the two of them. I just think it'd be funny. If nothing, it'd be a nice tribute to Asmongold. But yeah. But yeah, my yeah, I'll send it to you. If you don't see me on the X Street community, then I can just send it to you on X. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. Just kind of updating y'all on what to do. I get these random shots of like adrenaline or creativity or whatever, and I just have to hope that I can finish what I'm doing before it drains, because I am retarded. Just untreated ADHD and other things kind of gets in the way of things sometimes. But the good news is I'm getting a lot better at it. And with a couple supplements I'm taking to help my, the spats of creativity lengthen, and the huge drop-offs that I used to have afterwards are a lot fewer than they used to be. Much, much smaller. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I'm going to jump back on tomorrow morning. And what's today? Tuesday. Tonight's probably D&D. And then tomorrow night, I'll probably end up streaming for a couple hours. The 2017, 2018 Spider-Man game, whatever year it came out. I'm going to be streaming that because the new Spider-Man movies kind of got me in a, feeling like I really want to play that. So if I can get it to play. For some reason, I don't know, the last couple times I've tried to get on it on my PC, it hasn't worked. So if I can get it to play, then I'll I'll have to fuck with the settings quite a bit, but I'll get it done. But yeah, I'll be streaming that at night, probably on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Probably Wednesdays or Thursdays. I'll get a set night for sure on it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Love you guys. It means a lot that you're here at all. And I just did the thing that Jewpool did. Have Grok tell me 5 red flags about myself, and it was scathing. It was quite scathing. So I'm gonna reflect on myself and see if I can do anything to turn that around, because it cut me deep. But in the meantime, guys, I love y'all to death. We'll see y'all tomorrow. This is Alfie Animus for the Associate.